What's good, love?
I'm good.
How you doing?
I'm good.
For those that
I'm Mimi.
follow the show, I'm Moragne, and this is
I already said who I was.
Mimi, and we are the Moragnes. And Mimi's a little upset because I do not want to go to Costco with her tomorrow. She asked me a question. She said, "Hey, babe, do you want to go to Costco?" To which I replied, "Not really." And then you said,
Why don't you say the whole story?
"What's the whole story? Tell me the whole story." That's the whole story. What am I missing here?
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So I asked you, I'm
on.
like, hey, so you want to have a Super Bowl party this weekend?
You didn't say a Super Bowl party. You said you want to make chicken
It's a
wings.
party. It's five
Chicken
people, but it's a
wings-
fucking party.
Chicken wings and Super Bowl party are two different things.
Well, nah. You want,
Am I going to be able to watch the game in peace and eat chicken wings? Answer that
well, not
question.
anymore after you say you don't want to go to Costco. I don't want your fingers touching my chicken, okay? I'm going to go to Costco.
These fingers
I'm
helped
gonna-
you get the chicken, okay?
How did you help me get the chicken? Because I went to the store.
The fingers, okay?
Okay, so
Type,
how
type,
did I
type.
get to? Okay, type,
Yeah.
and
And what?
I stir,
You do.
and combine. So
You do.
shut up, because we both
Teamwork
work.
makes
Makes
the dream work.
equally
Of course.
as hard. Okay.
I didn't say you didn't, but you're
so
discounting.
no, what I'm saying is you're not gonna have any damn chicken because you're complaining.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can, and I did.
Because without me, there's no chicken to get.
There
as
is
if
chicken
without
to get.
you, we don't have
no,
bomb
there
chicken.
is no, there is chicken to get. Cause trust and believe.
Here we go.
Trust and believe.
Trust
I
and
will
believe
get
what?
my chicken.
You would,
I
but you
will
don't
get my
have
chicken.
to.
I
You
will
don't
get my
have
chicken.
to.
So whether you're here or not, I would have got my chicken.
Okay, but you don't have to because I'm here, and that's the whole
So
thing
no,
that you're
I'm
just
gonna
talking
go get the
about.
chicken.
We'll do it
Cause
together.
no, I'm 2 minutes, and you're fucking. Anywho,
And 2
the
minutes
point-
somewhat. The point
the
was
point was, I'm like, oh, you
It's
want to
spicy.
have
chicken wings.
No, I'm like
on
for
Sunday.
Super Bowl for on so it's on Sunday. I'm like, of course. I didn't think COVID would fucking change it, but yes, it's on Sunday. So you had said that. I was like, oh, you want to go to Costco? And you're like, no.
I said I'd rather not.
That was no. Okay.
I'd
That's
rather
no.
not.
That's no.
Means if I have to, I
That's
will.
no.
But if
No,
I have a
it's
choice,
no.
I don't want
So
to.
you could have just, if it's not even said that, you could have just said no or yes. There's no. Why? See, that's what I'm saying.
Why
that
does
you
there have
always
to be two
do.
choices?
It's either yes or no.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
if I don't have no.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
because
not.
you don't want to say no.
No,
You ain't got the balls to say no.
I've told you no many a times. I don't want to do
So-
that. I'm just telling you, I'd rather not. If there's a need and we have to, we have
So that's
to.
why I said I don't want you grabbing my chicken wings when I make them.
Well, you don't have a choice.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so-
grab chicken wings.
Well, I
Then
just
I'm
will
gonna grab
make
me.
them then.
Then I'm gonna grab me a piece of cheek, and I'm gonna have some chicken, and I'm gonna have some ass cheek in my hands, because I'm the king.
Oh, you can
And
have
you
chicken
know-
wings then.
And you know that exactly. Yeah, chicken wings and ass cheeks.
No,
But anyway,
you're still going to the fucking Costco.
Of
and you're
course
gonna stand
I
in line
am.
in the
Of
return
course.
line to
Yes.
return something while I
of
shop.
course, because there's always some other shit, and
Hey,
that's why.
And don't make me have you go to Kohl's too
and
to return
that's
the shit
we're
from
gonna go to
Amazon.
Kohl's, and that's why I say
No,
I'd rather
we're gonna-
not, because with you, as the great Negro poet Mac 10 once said, if it's not one thing, then it's another. Because you'll say, we're gonna go to Costco. Oh, and then I gotta go to Kohl's. Oh, and then I gotta get this. Oh, and then I gotta drop by Leslie's to pick this. Oh, and then I gotta go this, and
No.
then it's a
we need
mission.
Pinner.
We need a printer. Right. So now we on a mission Friday.
So damn, you're like, you should be my reminder, because now that you mentioned we're gonna go to Leslie, I remembered that I need a printer
Yeah,
because she's
exactly.
printing everything for me.
Shout out to Leslie. Thank you. Shout out to them for coming by today and doing a drive-by.
today.
Yesterday for Diami's birthday.
It's Diana's birthday. My little man. My little big man.
But before we do that, let's get into some shout-outs, because you actually want to shout some people out. You have someone who has now entered the
Some people, one person.
one person. Well, I'm trying to shout out her, make it sound like she got an army behind her.
Okay,
But our good friend Marianne is now selling protein donuts. And for those who don't know what protein donuts are, they are the sometimes vegan and healthy version of a donut. They range in different flavors from lemon poppy, which I had, which was pretty good.
She I don't know. I haven't tried all her flavors, but she's been having them. She's been hooking me up so I can try them, and I've tried I tried a few, but she has tons. But yeah, but the vanilla is my favorite. Chocolate. I think she had peanut butter, chocolate.
She had a peanut butter chocolate that is very similar to Tiger's Milk. If you are a protein bar person, Tiger's Milk has a peanut butter chocolate bar, and her peanut butter chocolate protein donut tastes very similar to it. So if that's something that you're into, check that out. You can hit her up on Instagram for the meantime at mzelaya, ZELEYA04. DM her and for more information in regards to her protein donuts. And again, I think there is a vegan option for that as well. She'll have some pictures up on her Instagram as well. So, and she's located in the Inland Empire. So if that is something that you're interested in, I know a lot of folks are still working out at home, getting back to working out at home. Some people even venturing out to the gyms that are open, more training centers that are open. So I'm sure there's people in need of protein, or if you're just someone who needs additional protein in their life, go ahead and hit up mzelaya04. Zelaya, ZELEYA. Nice Rockwell. You're going to hear him in the back. You know who he is. He's always lacing us with the music bed. So go ahead, make sure you follow him on YouTube, Instagram, Nice Rockwell, NYCEROCKWELL. He has a series of videos dropping very soon, where what he does is basically remixes tracks. So he'll go ahead and lay his own beat down to some vocals that some of your favorite artists, Meg Thee Stallion and other people as well. So go ahead and check him out. Very interesting individual. Big shout outs to my boy Nice Rockwell for always showing love. Speaking of showing love, big shouts out to One Hope Wine and Benji Banks, especially Benji Banks, man. Mrs. Moragne was heated over here because I forgot to place her order. So when she came to sip on her sparkling rose wine, it wasn't here, and she had to sip on some Knob Creek. So she wasn't too happy about that one, but that's my bad, and we'll definitely go ahead and make that happen. But again, shout out to One Hope Wine, just a wonderful organization. Each bottle, actually, the proceeds from that, a portion of the proceeds from those bottles go directly to charitable organizations. And as you're sipping on your bottle of wine, you can see exactly who it's going to. So something that I think is really dope. And again, just really good wine.
Love.
Really good wine.
Helping. I love purchasing from businesses that
give back to the community, and about that, yeah. Speaking about giving back to the community, someone who's about the community, shout out to my guy Sam, Hog One Music. That's HOGG1 MUZIK. Has the dopest USBs on the market, ranging from all styles of music. They're reverbed and they're fire. They sound really good. We have the oldies version 1. I got that for you and your moms, and y'all love that. So shout out to him. And he's also has legit raffles. So Wendy was putting you up on raffles. I've been seeing them online. I haven't jumped in to any of them because we were discussing that we haven't really seen anything that we need. So there isn't really an opportunity to flip. But he had a raffle for a food cart. Remember I showed you that food cart that they were raffling off? It was like a little food cart. I showed it to you. Yeah. That he had a raffle for that. He's got a couple raffles going on right now. So hit him up, Hogs One Music, HOGG1 MUZIK. Go ahead, follow him, hit him in the inbox. Big ups to Sam. We're actually going to sit down and have a conversation real soon. I just got to figure out how this Facebook live shit works out, and how we can go ahead and capture that. But real solid individual. And if you're out there and you want your business to be shouted out, speaking of businesses shouting out, man, I almost forgot. Big shouts out to Marcus over at I Love LA Girls, dope clothing line that he's had now for I want to say about 3-4 years now. So check him out. Google I Love LA Girls and check out their apparel, men's and women's. Get yourself fly for this. Hopefully this spring when hopefully we can come back outside. But we'll see how that ends up going, man. So good, big shouts out to him and keep that grind tight, man. And again, if you're looking to get shout out, go ahead, hit us up at the Moragne Media Group. That's on Instagram, and we'll definitely go ahead and show you some love. And last but not least, shout out to Mondo. Mondo's going to be sending us some edibles for just in time for Valentine's Day. I don't really rock with him, but you'll go ahead and test them out. He has him and his lady have a business called The Sweet Escape. But go ahead and reach out to me on Facebook if you are interested in getting information on his medicated treats until I can get the information
Nah, I
out.
can't be going crazy like that because I got to wake up the following day. It's no.
Don't you always have to wake up? You got
No,
days
like
you just
early,
don't have
like I
to
got
wake
shit
up?
to do.
Oh, okay.
Last time I had an edible, I slept for 2 fucking days.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's
I got
everything
you.
wrong with it.
I got you. So,
Give 'em to 'em all.
Tito 7.
Yes.
How amazing is that?
He's
What were your first thoughts? What were your first thoughts on that? On him hitting the first 7?
No, well, to me this shit was building because it was already like 2-3 days that I was feeling already like,
Like
he's
were
getting
you
older. Like it's
Yeah.
bittersweet.
It is.
It's a bittersweet moment because so I was feeling very anxious these past few days. Usually I have the parties that we throw for him that keep me distracted.
Takes your time. Takes your mind off that.
That's probably the reason I fucking have the parties because, man, I really enjoyed what we had like with us. I mean, minus the Frank and Sons or whatever experience that we didn't get to experience, but no, it was
Shout
good.
out to
He
Miss
enjoyed
Linda.
it. He enjoyed it, and what he mostly enjoyed was people calling him
Right. He
and
enjoyed it.
congratulating him and
Yeah.
and for being a year older, being a good kid, and he's that's what he appreciated the most.
Yeah, he appreciated talking to people and everyone who called him and just connected with them on that day. I think that was the best thing for him. And you're right. The party does usually take up months and months of our time and just distracts us from the fact that our son is getting older. I liked it better this way, though.
I did.
I liked it. It felt like it meant more. Not that I don't want to have people come through and celebrate him, but maybe a small celebration once this is over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of do it like we did. Stay in touch more with people through online communication and just talking on the phone to people who aren't close. So. Just thanks to everybody who reached out to him and
It meant a lot to him.
it did. It meant a lot to us too. It was just a wonderful day. Just we're blessed as parents to have a pretty good kid, a real good kid.
And every time I would tell him, oh, such and such, I told you happy birthday, he would smile like, oh, really?
Yeah.
When I had told him Waldo, like today,
Yeah. Tell him Uncle Meatball.
Uncle Meatball told you happy birthday. He's like, when right now? It was yesterday. I'm like, yeah, well, he told me yesterday, but you were already sleeping.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. So he's like, oh, so he told you yesterday when I was sleeping, but that's why you're telling me now? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. And he smiled. He's like, thank you. But he's a good kid. He is. He had a good time yesterday, and at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Right.
He's healthy and he's happy.
Right. And that's healthy and happy right now is hard to achieve both, especially with California. The numbers are kind of decreasing, but I mean, are they? We really we really don't know. People are out there getting vaccinated. Ontario Convention Center now has vaccines. I guess They're going to be trying to vaccinate people out there. So if that's something you're interested in,
hopefully the numbers, drop.
Get vaccinated.
I mean, they're still not low enough for me to feel comfortable to go out.
Right. So here's the thing. There was a report that the new strain of COVID, this UK strain, is going to hit California and Florida very hard, just based on the current way that the regular COVID is hitting us, and the fact that I guess the antidote or the medicine that we have now, the vaccine, does not combat this newer strain. So numbers took off in Cali and Florida before. So are you all right? You just, like, slamming shit?
No, I was gonna take a sip off the microphone.
You're gonna sip off the microphone. Yeah, you out there, Neptune, baby. But
that's crazy.
But so, what are your thoughts on that? New strain supposedly coming, hitting California harder.
Here, isn't it? It's
supposedly, but I mean the numbers. The numbers aren't big enough for folks to, I guess, start wigging out. I mean,
that's why I'm just staying low for a while, and then once all these motherfuckers get vaccinated and get shit starts moving, then we'll see. But I mean, man, time to be living.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's really a situation where.
You know what somebody told me?
What did someone tell you?
To let this virus go.
To let the virus go.
And do what it's going to do and be done.
What does that mean?
I quote, okay?
Let the virus go.
Let's just let it do its thing.
So just let it go out and kill people.
Yes.
That's very selfish.
This is a Christian person that told me this.
All right.
And
it's very selfish.
I'm very puzzled as to what Christians really, is that really what?
You can't put it all on.
No.
You can't say just because one Christian says this it's all Christians.
I'm saying I'm not saying it's all of them, no.
Okay.
But it's like, what are you being fucking taught? Like, she follows the scripture.
So faith.
She, so to me, that's not somebody, I can't, I wouldn't, I don't know. I'm not the holiest fucking person.
Right.
I'm not.
You're not the holiest fucking person.
I'm not religious.
I know what you're saying.
And for somebody to say that, somebody to fucking say that, to let it go and run its course and let it just do what it's gonna do and fucking kill people. Like, how are you okay with this? Well, and right after that, mention God and mention, the scripture, her church, and like, how are you? I don't get it. That's what I don't get. Like, am I missing something? That
I think that some people will hope that their faith protects them from this virus. There is that saying, Christ over viral immune deficiency. That's what COVID was, or something like that. That was what was going on early. You had preachers, we've talked about on the show, praying COVID away, blowing COVID away. So we know that COVID is a real thing.
Without wearing a fucking mask.
Right.
That's how you blow it away.
We know that COVID is a real thing.
Shit,
and we've talked about this before. People get scared and they attach on to certain things. So who are, I know it's something that doesn't sit right with you, but that's their mind state. And so my, I guess, advice for you would be, if that's how that person is going to handle their interactions in society, then it's best for you not to interact with that person until
that shit stresses me.
If you don't know what they're doing,
fucking preach to me.
Yeah,
don't I don't go. If you're gonna come at me and talk to me about something, be ready for my response.
Right, and vice versa. If you're gonna have a conversation, it goes both ways.
But I'm not. I don't bring shit up.
Right.
I try not to bring politics, religion. I don't, because it doesn't matter. It's not. It doesn't. To me, I don't want to. People get offended easily.
Right.
Because I'm not I'm not what the common person is. My beliefs are different, so people get offended
Right, because you
by
think
it
differently
because
than other people. Right, is what you're saying.
so I mean, to me, it's just respect it. I respect what you believe.
Right.
You respect what I believe.
At the end of the day, that's all you can do.
Let's not bring it up.
You could be you could be upset because essentially you feel this person is saying, I don't care about anybody else. I'm gonna live my life, and if people die, people die.
That's fucking selfish.
That's not up to me. It is a selfish mindset.
I can't even see an animal get butchered and shit. I can't. I can't see an animal get killed by another animal. Animal, like Tito says, circle of life.
Right.
I can't see that. I mean, I don't think that makes me weak. I think that makes me, I don't know, compassionate. Like, how do you not? I don't know. I don't know. I guess.
Well, I think that's the word. It's compassionate, and it's also just mind state. Again, people have different mind states, and that's why
you haven't lost somebody close
that's
to you
why
because of COVID. Is that what needs to happen?
Well, maybe
so
it does.
You realize, like, nah, but still, it's still not cool.
We were taking more chances until your mom lost someone that was close to them, and it brought home, and we had other people that we knew that got ill that brought it close to home. Everybody's going to be different. Some people it might happen to some people, and they might be like, you know what? It's already happened to me. What's the worst that can happen after this? I beat it once. Maybe I could beat it twice. Not think
about others.
Well, that's what I'm going to say.
That's the fucking worst that can happen.
So then you don't.
How about if your child was a high risk, or
God forbid
somebody? And
you know what? Hopefully,
people are selfish.
Hopefully, it doesn't happen. And at the end of the day, this is why COVID is a hard thing to deal with, because you have people who are looking at it from different ways. And at the end of the day, the virus doesn't care. They don't care if you're Muslim, if you're Christian, if you're 7'2", if you're a midget, if it doesn't care. Black, white, whatever it may be, it doesn't care. People are dying. people are dying, and at the end of the day, that is what we need to go ahead and focus on. So that's a tough discussion, like you said. It's tough. It's a tough discussion to have, because I'm sure people who are out and about living their life are feeling like maybe they're the ones that are being shamed for doing that. And so I'm sure there's some sort of way they feel about that, but that's not for me to go ahead and judge. At the end of the day, if they're going to be out and about amongst other people, they should mask up. If they want to, not be masked up around a group of people that choose to make that decision, then that's on them. But going outside of that, then they should stay masked up. I don't understand the people who go out in public knowing what is required right now and then flip out because you don't have a mask. There's a brother that they're looking for in Pasadena who robbed the Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles over there because he walked in there and said, hey man, you don't have a mask, you got to go out. So he goes back to the car, gets his gun, comes in and robs them and takes nothing but chicken and waffles and then leaves. So it's just like, there's just wild shit. We're living in a real wild world.
It's already hard enough, for you to be dealing with everything that's going on. And for you to get more crazy, I'm just so done with this. I'm ready for a vacation.
Well, it ain't going to be happening. Mental vacation. And I'm on vacation now, so let's try to make the best of this week. And I'm looking forward to your wangs that you're going to be feeding me on Sunday.
So at 10, we're going to Costco.
Here we go. So speaking of feeding, were you shocked that the leading baby food companies were discovered to have heavy metal toxins in baby food?
I mean, I was shocked that this was an organic product, but I was not shocked that it had shit. Like, I wasn't shocked, but then I seen it was an organic problem. Like, fuck, you think they would have more what do you call it?
Like testing and
shit, like more
ethics.
No, quality control.
Yeah.
But and they were fucking selling that shit like that. That's why people fucking call me crazy or whatever. But I was making my baby's food.
Yeah, you did do that. You did, and they said that this is a neurotoxin, so this could mess up your brain. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and there you are as a parent thinking that you are spending top dollar on this baby food and you're slowly poisoning your child. It's crazy because, not to go back to the vaccine, but there's people who don't want to take the vaccine because they don't trust it, you being one of them. but then they trust the baby food, where they're really sliding some stuff in, and how much more stuff are they sliding in? So what do you think should happen in these situations where you outright catch a company like this? This is pretty serious. This is not oops, the expiration date was a couple weeks old, or oops, we said it was real apples and it's really not, or oops, it wasn't. This is you knew that your food was
If a business
poisonous.
would do that, if a restaurant would do that, they would close that motherfucker down.
Right. So why are these places still able
it's a
to
big
do?
ass fucking corporation.
I mean, Earth's Best organic baby food is a very good brand. You got Gerber.
I think Beach Nut. I think
Beach
they were
Nut.
all
Happy Baby.
Got those little snacks that they be doing. Oh yeah.
And then there was three others that didn't. Sprouts Organic Food, Walmart, and Campbell's Soup. So those three companies chose not even to participate in the study. So I think you got to make your own shit is what it comes down to. One of the reasons we're starting to garden, and but how hard was it making baby food for Tito?
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
All you do is buy organic food
And get the bullet or whatever it was called.
Remember I used to go. Well, we sometimes went, but it was on Wednesday, so you were working. But
Right.
to the farmers market.
Yeah.
And that's where I got his green beans or whatever it was, and I would make it. It wasn't even hard.
Yeah. It's just you got to get the bullet and you got to get the
I had
food.
the baby bullet.
You got the
just for
baby
him.
bullet, yeah.
So it won't be spicy with my salsas.
That's right, because you didn't want to contaminate them.
So
But if you could do it, do it. Because this is very eye-opening to know that, pretty much everybody
and I think it's
was poisoning
actually
babies.
cheaper to do it yourself
Of course.
than to buy it. Because what I don't know. I mean, what are they, $1 each or something?
Yeah.
Now, and all you need is a little bit of green beans.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Bananas,
steam them. Yeah.
peaches.
The bananas, they scrape it right off the banana.
Yeah. There's just so many different things you can do for your child, and not have to trust, these companies. I want to see what happens. I want to see if there's some sort of class action lawsuit. They need to be held accountable. They really do. This is some real foul-ish.
Very.
So speaking of being held accountable, your boy Donnie 2 times. That's what I call Trump, because he got impeached twice. So he has his impeachment trial starts next week, and he has been subpoenaed to come talk, or he will be subpoenaed, supposedly to come answer questions in front of this committee. Doing too much, or if he agrees, do you want to see this? Do you think this is a
I don't want to
necessity?
see his nonsense before.
Right.
No, I don't
So
care
just
to
doing
see
too
it.
much, right? Just have the impeachment trial. I mean, it sounds like it's already a made-up situation. He's already been impeached. Sounds like he'll be further impeached or not being able to ever run again.
I think that was their whole point, right?
Right.
They don't want him to be able to run again.
Right.
And I mean, shit, looking how these motherfucking Trump supporters are. They're hardcore. They might vote for this motherfucker again.
Oh, they would. They're bugging. A lot of them are still very. There's your regular Trump supporter, and then there's these QAnon Trump supporter folks that believe this wildness. And I've been reading up and watching a lot about them recently. And again, I'm not going to throw a whole blanket on people who run with that crowd, but a lot of them are way, 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 way off the deep end. Way, like, out of here off the deep end. One of these ladies is, I want to say, in Georgia, and she was saying that the California wildfires were started by a Jewish space laser that's in space, and that's how the wildfires were. And she's like a congresswoman or some sort. She's a part of the government, a House representative or something like that, and she believes these crazy things. She thought the Parkland shooting was fake. Just like, wildness, like just, and she's a public official. So they've removed her from some House committees because they just think her judgment is off. If you're believing all this wildness, and so people are kind of outraged that, hey, just because she believes some of these things, or she believed them at one time and has now apologized, she shouldn't be removed from these opportunities, these essential, committees she's on. So let me ask you: if somebody is out here just wilding, talking madness, craziness, I mean, do you feel it's the government's right to make sure that person doesn't, do that job if they're just,
yeah, I mean, if they're talking like wild madness, then they need to first go in and check on their mental health.
right?
There's mental, like, state of mind. Like, you can't just go and
A Jewish
Really?
space laser, yeah.
and how did they know it was Jewish?
I I have no
Curious.
idea. I didn't really go any deeper when I started reading some of the things that she believed in, and I was like, this person is in our government. Like, this is some real shit. This is not like somebody you just laugh at
Trump was in
because
our
they got the
government.
crazy shit.
Trump was in our government. He was running this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, again, Trump played everybody. Trump isn't as crazy as people try to give him credit for. He's calculated to where he was able to get in where he fit in, which was the presidency. Once he realized he had the president, that's when shit went all out the window, and that's when we saw how crazy he was because he was unprepared. So he was just basically freestyling everything. You know what I mean? Everything was off the dome for him, which is just wild. But we'll see what happens. I'm not really interested in watching this impeachment trial. I don't think he'll come testify. Maybe there'll be new things we learn. So I'm sure they're investigating, gathering evidence, and there's probably just going to be a bigger nail in the coffin. If they can find some of these receipts that supposedly tie some of these senators and Congress people to funding some of these, some of these demonstrations that were calling for Congress people to get lynched, and one lady was calling for the death of Nancy Pelosi and just wild shit. You know what I mean? So you can't do that. It just can't be done. That's not the way to go about. That's going to bring nothing but just drama, regardless of what side you represent. That's when you start talking like that. Only bad things can come from that. That's not for play.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully, it's short and sweet, and at the end of the day, hopefully the truth is what is told.
And then what happens? Are they gonna press charges on his ass for
Well,
the
I
other
mean, that's
shit, or-
another thing. Can they if they find him guilty
no,
of?
meaning all of the other shit he's done?
New York is coming for him. They've asked for more tax returns from him. New York is looking at him, so that will probably be his undoing. Is the New York district attorneys and they're looking into his campaign fraud, and so that they've been working on that for a while now, and real estate fraud where he had praised property we talked about on the show before. We had appraised property for a value that it wasn't, so he can then use that on his income taxes to say he paid more taxes. So a lot of dirty stuff that I'm sure other rich dudes are getting away, but because again Trump's a wild dude and has ruffled a lot of feathers, he's got a lot of people who are gunning for him. That's why he needed to win this next election, because if not, all of his enemies were going to be able to get him. So it's that age old adage that the people that you step on the way up are the same people who me trying to fuck with you on the way down, and so that's what he's getting now. Karma, consequences, and repercussions, as we tell our son all the time, and that's what he's dealing with right now. So we're talking about COVID, and neither of us have been tested, but now they have another option other than your nose. They can anally swab you.
Oh wow!
But you can do it at the comfort of your own home, and then you just put it in
Can't
something
you, like,
and you send it
Do
to
it in
them.
the comfort of your own home with your nose.
I think most people
Or
are
is it
driving
dope?
up.
What
I
if-
think it's I think people are driving up. I don't know if anybody's nasally swabbing themselves at home, but would you consider the anal swab?
Negative.
So I'm gonna tell you this: not for COVID, but if I have to go when I have to go get my prostate checked, if they could do an anal swab rather than a finger in my booty, I'm taking the swab. And I just don't understand why. Again, technology hasn't got to a point where we don't have to take one of those. You know, why can't we just the X-ray or?
I don't know. Do they take a swab?
They don't, but I'm just saying if they can take
Doesn't
if they can check for COVID with a swab, why can't they check for prostate cancer with a swab? Swab me up instead of poking me.
Well, they still check our pussy every
And
3
if you
years.
can't swab
So
me, X-ray me. I still don't understand that. Why we can't get X-rayed? Like science has to do better. They putting arms and faces on people, but they can't go ahead and X-ray my booty to see if my prostate is good. I don't understand that.
I don't know.
So, love, who has the messier side of the bed, me or you? As far as like the nightstand, who has the messier side? Keep it 100.
Me right now.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I have everything fucking. Everybody puts their shit there. You don't have.
I have nothing over there.
You don't have anything.
Nothing.
There was a yeah, because you leave it on the bed, and guess what? I can't reach towards your side, so I just put it on mine. And your son's toys are there. All your like stuff for your the shit paperwork that I need to order for you and shit like that. I have
You're just so
stuff
giving and
there
caring.
that's not even half the shit. It ain't even mine.
Oh, what? I'm gonna take a photo.
Yours
That's
is
a lie.
organized because
You
I have
organize
everything.
it.
Your bucket,
Yes.
whatever's in there, and I just put it in your bucket.
And I appreciate that. So I
But
actually
you have your machine there, so
Yeah. I actually have the better side. I have the more I don't want to say cleanlier, but the more organized side of the bed. The majority of relationships, though, the men definitely have the worst side of the bed. I was looking at that link I sent you. Shout out to BuzzFeed. And some of these dudes' beds were like one dude had a game controller and like a water bottle. That was it. What else did I see? A lot of dudes had baseball bats next to their bed. That's a thing, huh?
an intruder.
A baseball bat?
Well, what would you get? You,
My fists? Why would you not use your? I just don't understand that.
I mean, because most men are weak.
I don't
You're
think
not,
that.
babe.
Oh, thank you. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe that's just how they grew up thinking you need a baseball bat.
Nah, maybe it's you'll do more harm with a baseball bat. Like if you grab, I mean, I don't know, shit.
I mean, maybe. I also have a
I mean,
dog.
the thing, yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Junior would be barking before. That's probably the reason why you don't have a baseball bat.
Even when I never had dogs, never had baseball bats.
I don't know.
I remember when I was in L.A. and a little coked out cat broke in the crib, and I chased him down the street in my drawers. And my mom was like, "What are you doing, Diami? What are you doing?" Oh, super young. And then when we were over there in TJ, and
You had a baseball bat.
I did not have a baseball
had
bat.
something.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, my tia.
She came out with something, but all I had on was a poncho and some boxers. I had no weapons. Your tia came out and gave me a flashlight. This is what I had. And then I seen the dude the next day, and
Hey, Freddie, what you gonna do?
what? Like I said, I had my hands. I didn't know,
All right, that's right. We've established that.
Yeah. All I heard. Listen, your tia called, said someone's breaking in the house. I'm in boxers. I look around. I'm like, okay, it's gonna take me a minute to get dressed. So there's a fucking old dusty poncho on a chair. I throw the poncho on. It looks like it's a damn wife beater on me. Then I have to go down those little steps, those little TJ death steps in the middle of the night. Hop down because I have to jump to that little base or whatever. I had to jump down with my toe up knee and to go outside in some and I was in some sandals, chanclas. So yeah, no, that was all bad, but that was a hilarious time. And then I see the dude the next day, and I have no idea in that area of TJ, or is that a Latino thing, or is that a Mexican thing?
I'm fucking with you. That ain't real.
Oh, it ain't
I'm
real.
fucking with you,
Oh, that's how it was a whole joke.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was real. I never did that again. I did the sign. I did the gesture of I'm watching you, and who?
My tío, he said that means like
Oh,
I
you
want
wanted
you.
I watch you.
Yeah.
That was your tío Corrado, right? Shout out to him. Get well. But so yeah, he's like, oh yeah, oh that means that I want you, or whatever. And when I seen dude the next
So
day,
that's how the motherfucker kept on running away.
yeah, when I seen the dude the next day, I did that. I was like, yeah, I know it's you. And then he just turned around and walked the other way or whatever. So when I came back and told everybody I did, yeah, he was clouded. So I was like, wow, he thinks I want to jump his bones. That's why he's out there. Like, who does that? Just walks up in the street, looks at somebody else, and is like, yo, I'm gonna get you. Just letting.
And then I think you saw him later again.
I did. I
And
saw
you're
him
like,
another
oh,
time.
Fuck this shit. I ain't saying nothing. But he took off.
He took off. He saw me. He hit the corner
Again.
again.
But like, man, this motherfucker's gonna rape me.
That's
I
fucking.
heard stories about the negros.
The
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, huh? You are funny. Oh man, that is too much, man. I miss going to TJ. I really do. I really do.
Yeah. My mom's like, man, I want to go to Puerto Nuevo.
Oh man, definitely, I want to.
The lobster and shit, but she's like, I think my dad's the one that said, as soon as they open, we're going. It's my treat.
Yeah, that was a fun trip last time we went down there. So, married life.
I think they wanted beans.
Yeah, he did. He ain't gonna like him over here, partner. They ain't your grandmamas. Married life is super enjoyable, would you say? But it's also relatable. Being married is even no matter how different your spouse might be, no matter how different your relationship may be, there's a lot of similarities in regards to that. So shout out to BuzzFeed again, because they had listed some things that only married people could go ahead and relate to. So would you agree that when you're married, you need to be very good at sharing? And the example given here was someone had bought, I want to say, like a cake. A cinnamon roll from somewhere. And the person, I guess the spouse ate half, so the other spouse wrote on the cinnamon roll that you already ate your half, that half is mine. So do you have to be good at sharing?
You don't.
You don't?
No.
Not for a good marriage, no?
No, because, hey, if you already ate your fucking piece, then it's not like, if you know that this person's gonna eat it later,
right? Then
you will stop and say, oh, I love my wife and I will not eat this other piece of pork belly.
Or,
because this is hers.
Or number two, you need to be better at not sharing. And so they reference someone hiding peanut butter or hiding mini Snickers in a bag of vegetables in the freezer, and they would just go in there and get their. That's pretty clever, but I don't know. Like I don't. There's nothing that I want that really bad to do that. Yeah.
It's not. We never really had that issue.
No. What about oversharing? That's number 3. Does it just come naturally?
Like all those gases you overshare?
Oh, so what? Now I got bad gas, you're saying? Or are you talking about... Because I've been burpy lately. I have been burpy. I've been burping a lot. No, but just oversharing as far as, like, information. Like...
How do you... when I ask you one question and...
What are you doing? I'm taking a dump right now. Oh, it's good too. Like, stuff like that. That's a part of a good marriage, right? That oversharing of just information that's needless.
Yeah, I had to, press my stomach so all the gas, things like that.
Things like that, yeah.
It's part of it.
What about having to sacrifice?
Of course.
Like in this situation, giving your wife the better 2 pieces of bread. You taking that end piece that no one really likes. And why is that end piece always... Why is it always hard to digest?
No, it's like
it's dry.
Yeah, it's all crust.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I don't like crust.
I like crust on a good loaf of bread.
I'll eat it, but
I don't
it's not like, damn, and I throw those away. My mom gets mad.
Well, because it's a waste. Your mom's trying to save everything.
What for? So it can mold up?
Well, maybe
she ain't eating it.
Maybe she'll use it for breadcrumbs or something like that.
Who fucking eats that piece? I'm sure there's somebody out there that likes the ends, but not here. But yeah, you do a lot of sacrifice when you're married. I mean, if you do it, it's not really a sacrifice because it's natural. You love the person, so to me, I always give you guys except bread. But I always give you guys the better piece of whatever, the better.
No,
You know,
you
because
definitely do. You definitely do because you have to be you have to compromise. You have to be flexible. That's 8 and 9 on this list here. I think those are very key things as well. Compromise for me is I started with a man cave. Now I have a man cabinet. That's compromise. Flexibility just comes in the decisions that we make for one another. So I'm sorry, that was number 5 and 6. I'm way ahead. Number 7 is being forgiveness. So they reference a situation where a husband was so angry at his wife he only made his side of the bed. So half the side of the bed is made up. But forgiveness is a big one. Would you say, in order to have a successful and happy marriage?
Oh yeah, you have to.
And that leads to number 8, which no one is perfect, so don't expect your spouse to be. That's part of forgiveness. So I'm sure I'm not the only man that sometimes forgets to put the toilet paper on the toilet roll. Because look, there's photographic evidence that someone else does as well. So next time you come in there, I can't believe. I'll be like, look, there's 2 of us.
Have that than have it flip the other side around.
Really? Is that worse?
Yeah, that is
Okay,
worse.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll just stop trying.
Because you know how we have the butt wipes hanging from the toilet tissue, like on the same thing, the holder. So you gotta, you can't really get it from the other side.
Yeah.
So it's just more fucking work. Just leave it like that.
Number 9. What about sometimes it's better to accept their flaws than try to fix them? Do you agree with that? Instead of trying to fix my issues, why don't you just let them be? Let me be who I am. Because that's who you fell in love with, right?
I mean, yeah, you gotta accept your. I mean, why would you? Obviously, you love this person, and you can't expect to change people.
And honestly,
they
I think
are, but
to some extent,
yeah, to some extent,
you have to accept them. Yeah.
After I complained so many times about you leaving shit on the floor,
You just stop doing it.
you stopped doing it.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. I was hoping you were going to say.
So it took, what, 11 years?
Oh, yeah, the whole 11 years.
No, 10. Cause
Well, you know what? That's beautiful because that rolls into having patience and how marriage will test your patience.
Fuck yeah.
That's number 10.
That's the hardest shit because it was so many years, it was just me. I had no kids, so it was just me. Whatever the fuck I wanted to do, I did. And then...
Then what? You fall in love. You meet me.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And it's hard to try to get used to a person that, luckily, you didn't have any kids. But try to get used to a person that's complete. To me, I'm organized chaos. So, to me, as long as I don't. You were not put together. Like
I'm not put together. What does that mean?
No, it's
That's
just
hilarious.
the way you sometimes did things and you still do things.
Like what?
And it drives me nuts.
Give me an example of me not being put together.
To me, maybe that's an OCD of mine, but I need to see shit. It needs to be. What are you looking for?
It needs to be what? No, just go ahead and talk.
When I have stuff organized, I need to see it in the same spot, because that's where I left it. Because that's where I know where it's at, where it belongs. So when I go look for it and it ain't there,
okay, I got you. So
it reroutes my whole situation.
Right.
When I have to do this multiple times a day, it irritates me.
Yeah.
It's beyond, I want it there. It's a trigger.
Okay. Ooh. Triggered. But right. So it will test your patience. You have to have patience.
But that's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
First thing, patience. Be ready. If you ain't got any, don't do it.
How key is communication?
That's key too. I think that's number 2. Don't communicate when you're mad. We've gotten better with that.
I think we have, definitely.
Tito.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think through communication you get to ensure that one another's needs are being met, right? And then you get your own style of communication. You get things that what I'm saying, I know what you're saying. when we talk about certain things that the rest of the room won't know. You know what I mean? And even our son and our parent, whatever it may be. So we have our own bond and our own way of communicating as time goes on. So yeah, that's why communication is very important. What about being just reliable, being there for your partner? How important do you think that is?
I think it is important because, well, yeah, I remember the other time that I just wanted you guys to be there.
And I thought you wanted to, I didn't mean to take Tito away from you and us leave you there, but I thought you needed sleep. And
No,
if you
it's
would have
just
communicated that,
it's crazy because you're sleeping, but then yet the only thing that keeps you sleeping is the energy you're feeling around you, which, you do that. So sometimes, when I was telling you I was stressed, I was with Tito's birthday and I was, it gave me a lot of anxiety and so when you were trying to leave and shit, I was like, wait, don't stay, but
I wasn't trying to leave. You was tired,
later on you sneaked
and I
out.
just wanted to. You were tired, and I wanted you to sleep. And Diami was on his tablet. I didn't want to disturb your slumber. I understand you were tired.
If I'm
I
asking
wanted
you
you
to
rest.
stay, it's for a reason.
Well, if you would have told me you're my peace, why don't you stay and just lay here? Then I would have stayed and I would have laid next to you because I was trying to go to sleep too.
You crept out. Oh, I'm gonna go take a shit. And
What?
you went.
What was
And then after that, you be creeping out. You crept out. I didn't see you come out. I didn't hear you come out of the restroom.
You were
I
asleep.
sneaked out.
You were asleep.
But yeah, I should have gone back to the bed. That's what I'm saying.
You were knocked out. I was like, come on, D, let's leave your mother there because she's asleep. I'm trying to be a nice husband, and you over here tripping like Scottie Pippen. Would you ever do something like this? Would you ever make cinnamon rolls and one of them have nacho cheese on it just to spice things up and for a laugh? That's pretty nasty. You would do that?
No, nacho cheese ain't that's not bad. If it was mayo or some shit like that,
But wait,
that would be nasty.
And so why would you not know you're making cinnamon rolls? As a husband, you're not going to be able to see the damn nacho cheese. That looks different from the cinnamon, right?
Yeah, well, it was orange. So she said orange. What is it? She made orange.
Orange rolls.
Orange
I've
rolls.
never had orange rolls before.
So that's why
it's
it's
the one with the nacho cheese. It's probably the one on the outside that she broke off right there. That's crazy. As you stay with someone, do you get more similarities that just naturally evolve and become one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Become more. A lot of things that you would do same. You would do the same. Man, I think we have a lot of similarities.
I think we do.
We did before, but now we have them more.
Yeah, more. Yeah. You have to go great lengths to make sure your other half feels better, right? That's very important for relationships.
Yeah, what? You have to go great lengths?
Yeah. So when I'm not feeling well, I'm like, can you make me a soup? And you'd be like, oh, fuck. And then you'll be mad all fucking day, but then you make a fire-ass chicken soup. That's how it goes on. That I'm not feeling well, I'll be like, babe, can you make me a soup? You're like, fuck, are you serious? Like, yeah.
Whatever.
I don't have anything in here for the soup. What type of soup do you want? Like chicken?
Nah, because you don't want anything basic.
You want rice? Like,
you don't want anything basic. I had shit
chicken
like,
soup. It's basic.
You always want fucking meat. That's what I'm saying. I gotta thaw shit out. I have to go buy something.
So can you just make me hot water, please, with bouillon? Is that what I deserve?
No, what I'm saying is if I knew you were sick, you weren't feeling well, I would, okay, you know what, let me do. But you asked me out of nowhere, when I've already have something thawing.
Out of nowhere. I
already have something thawing or something ready, I plan ahead.
So you're like my job. You want me to pre-schedule my sick time? Is that what you want me to do?
So I know, preferably, yes.
So that's not going to happen. But I appreciate when you do,
But I take care of you.
You do take care of me. You give
even
it
before getting sick, I take care of you.
Yes. No, I'm taken care of. I'm a kept man. So I would never ever make it sound like I wasn't happily kept man. Um, do I make you feel incredible?
You know.
I do. Then that's it. My job is done. Yes. But yeah, you have to make your spouse feel good. In turn, they make you feel good. That's my, that that's my take on that.
That's
But
what I say. Your only job is to make me happy.
yeah, we were just having
And
that
you're doing it.
conversation. Thank
So,
you. And you're making me happy as well. I think we should wrap it up with this
rap.
rap. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nothing. No, yeah. I just want to say to everybody out there, be kind to one another.
Okay. Be kind.
Yes. It's ugly out there right now.
Word to Bubba Sparks.
So a smile can go a really long way.
Yeah, smile at the next man or the woman or
Be
whatever.
kind, like, just
say hi
yeah.
from a distance with a mask on.
I
Send a
forgot.
text.
That's what happens, huh?
Yeah.
Since I'm not even fucking going out.
You have to interact differently with people now.
Just nod them, whatever the fuck. Peace, something. Just be cordial.
Everybody is on high.
Kind.
Everybody's on
Everybody's
high.
mad. And right now, that's why, when we got that bootleg ass, his only fucking gift he asked, well, the one that I could cover, and they sent me that shit, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever.
But
it's
he was
a
happy.
sign. Yeah, he was happy, but it's just
not about
I'm
the
not,
material
right now,
things.
Right now, man, and it's crazy because when I had called customer service, what was it, Torrid, and they gave me the worst customer service ever, I would usually be quick to fucking snap.
Right.
Be like, look, bitch,
Right.
I'm making sure your fucking bills get paid.
Woo.
So
Woo.
I would have gone, let me speak to your manager, to whatever.
Don't
but
worry
I was just
if I
like,
write
you know what?
rhymes or write checks.
But I'm like, I don't need that shit. I don't need, right now I need nothing but, if I catch an attitude with somebody or whatever, it fucks up my shit.
Right. It does.
It's too much energy taken away from me.
Right.
And I'm trying to keep that energy for my son.
And that's what I tell
for you, for my household,
Right.
because I can't sit here and try to fucking tell you what's right or wrong because you see some shit certain way.
Right.
I can't, because somebody else made you unhappy.
Right.
Then you're gonna flip that shit. No. Bye.
Pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID, you can't let anybody's decisions that don't directly affect you take away from your mental mind state. I tell this to my agents all the time. Like, you got to handle each interaction one at a time. You can't carry over anything. And in life, you can have a disagreement with somebody in the morning, and if that carries through the rest of your day, it's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's on you when you allow people to have that type of effect. So it's either either you're unwilling to accept whatever they have to say, or there's a deeper issue. So you just got to let it go, and
you attract what you give out. And I'm not, if I learned anything from COVID is just, I can't, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't perfect. Sometimes I try to snap or whatever at other people, but I'm trying to be better at it. I'm trying to be better at, be kinder to other people, regardless of how they treat me.
one day at a time is all you can do.
So be kind, respect other people's beliefs. You don't gotta accept them, just respect them, and be happy.
Be happy. That's good. So
That energy.
positive energy all the time. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Moraines. As always, a nice Rockwell is behind us. You know where to find us. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Peace.
Adios.